Next game we want to take a look at is that Buffalo Bills versus Arizona Cardinals game. Uh, Decent amount of points put up in that game, and it was just, to me, this was a testament when watching it to Josh Allen and how great he is helping out that young, uh, potentially talented receiver core that he has there in Buffalo. But he just put on the Superman cape and made plays.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, you had Kyler Murray, who, he had one pass that was dropped that was going into the end zone. One pass, I mean, some egregious non calls on defensive pass interferences. And then the huge mistake he made in that not hitting Marvin Harrison,
Oh, at the
trying to
end.
force one in. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that was just, when he looks at that on film study, if they aren't throwing Rotten Tomatoes at him in the quarterback room, they should be, because that was just an egregious play, and that's one of the things that surprised me about this weekend is just some of the really poor quarterback play that
All
was
over.
shown, even by some. I consider Kyler Murray a quality quarterback. He's an upper half quarterback for me in the NFL, and for him to miss that throw to Marvin Harrison, really, it was a game changer at the end. I mean, he is wide open,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's a
there is,
touchdown. They
yeah.
win.
So
That's yeah.
so it was, that to me was just egregious. But what did you have to think about the
I
ball
mean,
game?
I would agree. I think the Cardinals are going to be a little bit better than maybe initially was thought of. The Bills are still the Bills, averaged under right around 40 yards a carry, but they did run for 130 yards on the game. Josh Allen had a really nice outing, 18 of 23 for 230 and two touchdowns. Also had two touchdowns rushing. He was Josh Allen and what you'd expect out of Josh Allen. Um, Looking at it from our point of view with our algorithms and everything, we made the line 6. We had a projected score of right around 30 to 24 was our luck. So another slight lean to the over, and then right with the Bills. Depending on when you would have looked at it, 6.5 is right around where that line was. So we were in tune with the sports books on this game as well. Like I said, with the slight lean to the over, that would have cashed because what was the final score? 34-28. So
Yeah.
again, our projections were right in line with the final outcome of the game.
Yeah, and once again, that's good to see that the code is working well right out of the shoot in week
Mm-hmm.
one of the NFL and being very accurate. Um, Also, with that, you speak to the first game, and I thought this was also two teams that really could have used a little more seasoning in the preseason. Just being an old guy and remembering days where the people played in the preseason and they worked out some of this rust. And we blame the officials for a lot of calls, but I think the offensive line with some of the procedure calls you just won't see 2-3 weeks from now, because the O line is going to get that much more practice at hearing the cadence from the quarterbacks. I think that'll make a big difference. But getting back to this game specifically, I just thought it was one quarterback who's a top five quarterback, top three quarterback in the NFL, and one that isn't.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the Bills. The other takeaway I've got from it is this isn't quite the Bills' defense that we've seen in the past. I think they're going to give up some points this year, and as long as Josh Allen stays healthy, they're going to be in a lot of shootouts this year. That's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean
how I see it.
they'll be all right. They're still a
Yeah.
contender in the AFC. Their
Yep.
division is loaded with both the Dolphins and the Jets, but we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, no, I agree. So that's where we're at with the Bills and the Cardinals. And once again, glad to see the code was pretty much spot on.